RVA Today is made possible by today's sponsor.
Welcome back to RVA Today. I'm your host, Naomi Brackett, and today's sponsor is the Mason School of Business at William & Mary. And if you are on the hunt for a new job or looking to make a career change, you already know it's pretty rough out there. Here to share some really great tips about how you can network is Professor Inga Carboni. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's great to have you on the program. So, as we said, the job market right now is a little bit unpredictable.
Yeah.
What strategies would you say people can use to really set themselves apart in that job market?
Yeah. Well, by unpredictable, you mean it's uncertain, right? So nobody knows what's going to happen and nobody knows how to get there. One of the biggest ways that people can get access to job opportunities is through networking, building those personal connections.
Yeah.
And building those personal connections has two outcomes. So the first one is you get the jobs, right? You get access to the opportunities, you get connections to the people, and you get a little shine from the relationships that brought you there. The second thing is that people who are hiring in an uncertain time, they want to reduce uncertainty. So by getting access to them and by having a conversation with them through other people, you've already demonstrated to them that you can take leadership action, that you know how to marshal resources, that you know how to connect with people, and that you know how to make things happen. So it's a really great way to not only get access to opportunities, but to show people what you can do in the process.
Yeah, fantastic. So
Yeah.
can be a really essential part of entering
yeah.
into a new job or a new career. What are some common barriers that you see for people trying to leverage that network?
Right. You know, the number one barrier that I see is people just not knowing how important it is. So a lot of times people assume that, well, you're out on the job market, then people should know and they'll reach out to you if they've got an opportunity.
Right.
Well, that's just not how it happens, right?
Unfortunately not.
Right, right. You've got to sort of talk about it, and you've got to be very intentional about it and make connections very purposefully. And some people sort of luck into those kind of connections, maybe how they grew up or where they grew up, or just the connections that they were sort of surrounding them in their communities. But a lot of people don't. And so one of the first things I would say is that people need to be aware of how important this is and how much it takes to make those connections and to be really intentional about it. So I would say that that's the first thing. And there's strategies to do that, and I'm happy to talk about those. The second thing is that I think a lot of people have this image of networking as kind of sleazy or sort of slimy.
Yeah, it can feel really awkward,
right.
and like you're trying to maybe take advantage.
Right, right. And there's this idea that you're using people, right? You want to get something from them, so you're trying to like go through them to get what you really want. I think that is a really short-sighted way of thinking about networking. And it won't work. It'll work in the very short term, right? But nobody wants to be used. Nobody wants to be manipulated, right? And people are not dumb. They cotton on to that pretty quickly. So really what people need to do is sort of shift that mindset from networking as sort of sleazy using people to networking as relationship building. And I work a lot with women, and women often have this sort of networking as sleazy kind of thing. But actually, we're really good at relationship building. So we should actually be really great networkers. So shifting that mindset is really important.
Yeah, wonderful. So somebody is feeling that hesitation, or even just saying, how do I start a network? How do I put myself out there? What are some solutions you would recommend to people?
So I'm sure when I say go out and network, you're thinking of those, you know, you got to go, you got your name tag on.
Right,
you
the
gotta
event.
Yes, right, right. And if you're not doing anything else, sure, that's not a bad way to go about it. But if you really want to form real relationships, real connections, it's going to be the things that you do, the activities that you're engaged in. And so that could be your volunteer opportunities. That could be when you're out there, you're coaching, or you're helping out. Maybe you're on a board of a nonprofit, or you're even if you're a runner and you're running for a charity with other people. Forming those relationships over a shared activity where people can see what kind of person you are and what kind of work you do, that's really networking. That's the relationship building. That's what you want to be doing.
And that feels a little bit more organic. Like we're talking about, we don't want to just use people to an end, but forming real relationships with people can get you far. I want to make sure we shout out William & Mary, the Raymond A. Mason School of Business. How can people get in touch with you guys?
Well, you can get in touch with us directly on our website. I tell you, we spend a lot of time at Mason School building a network. That is something that we really prioritize, both with our professors and the industry leaders, but also among the students, among the larger alumni. It's this vibrant, really resource-rich network that follows you for the rest of your life. So call us, contact us through our website. Yeah, we'd love to see you.
Well, thank you so much, Inga, for coming by to share those really great tips about how you can network and leverage that relationship to really further your career. You can visit the website on your screen for more information. Thank you for watching RVA Today. We are now over to weather.